Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Hi, welcome to the KVJ ATS Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yeah, well, here we go. Figure we're going to get a few emails today about the Rocco interview that was played earlier. Virginia had talked to Rocco with her daughter Magnolia, confronting him on his bad behavior, his violent outbursts, and his language, where he's been dropping some F-bombs, and it was even more shocking than we expected, where Rocco went on to basically say that he loves no one. And he's not sorry for his behavior.
It sounded like a bad guy wrestler interview. I love no one, brother.
Maybe that's what he thinks it is. I know, Panda loves wrestling. Maybe he just thinks he's a heel.
Rocco's gone heel.
He's
gone heel.
He's got major heel.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. So Xavier's got some thoughts on it. He said, I completely agree with the bird on how Virginia's handling Rocco. To be honest, that kid needs to be punished harder. He's the alpha male in that family, and he needs to be put in his place. He should not be used as radio material. Just put him on the back burner. Remind him who is boss. I'm scared that the kid's going to be ruling the household if somebody in the house doesn't put an end to it. And his misbehavior, when he gets older, he's either going to be the bully or he's going to get the shit beat out of him by older kids. Also, where does Panda fit into the hierarchy? Does he punish Rocco or does he stand by the sideline? The punishment should come from both at the same time.
Panda's a little more passive than me. I'm a little bit more like, I want to drop the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult, though, because, sometimes I don't think we're on the same page. And I think we have to be.
Yeah, that's the tough thing as parents is being on the same page. And when you're not, it is a challenge. So, yeah.
I mean, but I think he's coming around to, we got to drop the hammer on this kid.
Yeah.
But I think it's still funny to him. And then it's hard because, part of it is funny because you're like looking at this kid, you're like, this is like a little tyrant.
But you just don't want
3 foot tall tyrant.
You just don't want that you don't want other people to start thinking the kid's an asshole.
Right.
And I started feeling like that at Panera Bread, where he was taking the soda and running on and I people were looking at him and they weren't thinking it was cute. And that's why I'm like, I just don't want Rocco to be looked at as an asshole.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my problem too. Have fun and be funny in the house and whatever. But when we're out in public, you need to be respectful and not be a jerk. And I think he's turning into a public jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with me, though? Don't you think this is kind of an easy fix if Virginia kind of just...
Yeah, I think what it is, it's just when things happen, you've probably been loose because there hasn't been an issue. But when an issue arises, I think as a parent, that's when you need to, kind of bring the fence in a little bit tighter to say, okay, we need to readdress this. And if we've led you astray with how we've talked to you or how we've even exemplified behavior, then, maybe it's a whole entire household type of readjustment to get everything back on track or on the track it needs to be.
Because you just don't want to be that one family where people don't want to tell you, hey, your kid's being an ass. You don't want to be that.
No.
You don't want that.
I don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's uncomfortable.
It's terrible. And it's so, jarring because I never imagined, Mags was such an angel baby.
Mm-hmm.
I just assumed that the next one would be that way, too.
They're different. They got different DNA. They're different creatures.
Way different.
Well, I had the unique experience of, my starter set was twins, and they are radically different. And that's when I saw that, there is nature and then there is nurture, and you can have radically different behavior sets, interests, intellects, whatever it might be, come out of the same womb, even at the same time. And you got to handle them both differently. We had to handle Colin differently than his twin sister, Caitlin. Wasn't the same thing. So that's just it. And you're talking, about a pretty good age difference, almost like 10 years. Virginia. Maybe 11, right?
10, yeah.
With my brothers and sisters, there's a few siblings that I have the same kind of temperament. We're all different. We're all set at different areas and different creatures.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're crazy fucking people. All of us are.
I agree.
Yeah. And that's probably just it. It's just a time to jump in on it. Heather in the chat room said Rocco needs consistency and structure. I raised 3 boys. I know they can be dicks. Just, grow some balls, discipline your child because he's running you, and you'll regret it once he's a teenager.
That's what I'm saying. As soon as you flip that script right there, and I don't want to see Rocco punished. I don't get any enjoyment, but he needs to feel the heat, and he's not feeling the heat.
You're right.
And when he feels the heat, he's gonna get in line.
Well, it's something, too, that, maybe kids are given a little bit more free reign today, and there's a viral video going around today. There's a kid that got kicked out of his kindergarten graduation. I mean, kindergarten is what, 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 or 6.
So the teacher welcomed the students and their parents into the classroom, and this kindergartner says, "Shut the fuck up." And the teacher's like, "Okay, do you need to leave?" And he replied, "No, bitch."
Oh, my
Yeah, the kid's got to
goodness.
go.
They took the kid out of the class, but I don't know what happened with discipline, but I'm like, whoa.
Were his parents there?
They were like, "Don't you touch my fucking kid."
Probably. How dare you step in?
My baby's a fucking angel. You fucking, yeah, they probably are.
No, you can't. Yeah.
Of
Ugh.
course. I used to see this shit that's the main reason why I got out of baseball. I could not take these parents. These kids would be so rude and so dicky. My last straw was the kid with the baseball bat. He's taking a baseball bat and he's hitting someone else's car, and the mom's not doing jack shit. And she's like, "Oh, Johnny, come on, baby." Like talking to him like he's a fucking toddler. The kid's 8. There was too much of that shit. I
He
couldn't.
was hitting somebody's car with
Yes,
a bat?
and she wasn't disciplined. So I finally had to say something to that kid in front of the mom, and there was too much of that going on. And a lot of parents, man, I just noticed they weren't disciplining their kids. And kids, they were starting to really noticeably become dicks. I was in baseball from 98 with kids up until about 2003. And from 2000 on, I could not believe the change in parents and in the kids' attitudes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. It is a different era, and there's a lot of. I think the biggest thing you got to realize, it's more complex raising kids because we know more about personalities and a little bit more about psychology. And so as a parent, I think it's probably a little bit trickier. I know in my era when I grew up, I don't think parents put as much effort into it. They had some baby books and stuff like that, but they were just like, fucking beat the kid.
Beat the kid, let's have a smoke.
Yeah. We got a suggestion here from Carol, said maybe baby Rocco shouldn't get to go out to eat until he acknowledges and changes his behavior. You said the melting pot was even better than Chuck E. Cheese, according to Rocco. So tough times call for tough measures.
Yeah, was that yesterday?
If you go
Yeah.
out, you get a babysitter, and he stays home while the family goes out and say, sorry, you don't have the kind of behavior that you need to exemplify to go out on these kind of trips.
Yeah, I mean, if he's having a fun time at melting pot, that motherfucker ain't feeling the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean motherfucker. I mean that in such a loving way.
No, he's a motherfucker
I
right
mean
now.
that in a loving. I'll get an email. How dare you call the children of our?
I agree with you. He's definitely been an MFer.
I love that kid to death, and I hold him so close to my heart. I'm just trying to help, and if I'm being a little too, but you brought it on the air, so
Look, I want help. I seriously, I've never seen anything like it. And this is the past 2 weeks. He was an angel 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
He just flipped.
Yeah, he probably just kind of like, jumped into something else. I mean, they're always going to be radically changing. Just as soon as you feel like you've got it figured out,
yeah.
then, whoa, it just flips again.
So when does he turn 4?
Next month.
He'll be different by then. That's how quick that cat's changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably. This one says, so as I'm getting ready to teach my class this morning, I hear Virginia talking about her issues with Rocco and the recording you played of him. First, I'm not here to shame you like that first caller you had on. We've been given these tiny humans to raise and no instructions to do it with. Virginia, I wouldn't feel too badly about the fact that Rocco says he doesn't love anyone. He's just hurt and confused because he's been feeling the wrath of everyone instead of all the love and the good vibes that you normally spread. This will subside, and then it's on to the next challenge. Take heed. You're not a horrible parent. My second thing, Virginia, why don't you have those pretty blue flowers on your mic anymore?
Oh, I moved them.
Okay.
They're now over on
Underneath the camera.
the web camera.
Okay. It's from your ride or die in Pompano tourists.
Oh, Therese.
Yeah, you're not a terrible mother. Anyone that says that
No.
can go fuck off.
Yeah, it's a challenge. You know, I think you have a challenging, intelligent boy. He's very smart, and it's going to probably take a higher level of understanding and learning and reading. This will probably be the greatest challenge of your life. It'll be ultimately rewarding because you put into it. He'll wind up being a wonderful child, but the ride there might be a little tougher.
I disagree with that email, by the way. That kid is full of love. That kid gets love everywhere he goes. It's not that is not getting his love. He's not getting his discipline. You need to hear that. That email's kissing your ass and Rocco's ass.
I think, too, Rocco might be smarter than me. And that is tricky because how do you parent someone who is more manipulative and trickier than you? I think that Rocco is fully, kind of aware of some of the little games he's playing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's human. I mean,
So if your kid's smarter than you, what now?
he's not smarter than you. You're being funny. He's not smarter than you.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of just trying to understand some psychology and just see what other people have done. Boys are different than girls a lot of times, and then boys are different. I've got two boys, and Colin was, I think, a little bit more different than Cannon, who's the younger one. And Colin is, right now he's a pretty intelligent kid, and I do remember, times when he was really young thinking, man, this little kid's an asshole. You know? And that might just be sometimes what it is with sometimes higher intellect. If you're graced with that, the understandings and coping with things is challenging for you, and maybe that's just how it comes out in your behavior.
He's a little sponge, and he is absolutely smart. And I'm not saying that to kiss your ass. He is a bright kid. He picks up on everything.
True. And I'll
so
tell
yeah,
you-
you're dealing with that.
And I'll tell you, Colin now is like the most manly, nicest. I'm so proud of who he is. He's a great kid.
So the cool thing about him being so intelligent and picking things up, he'll get the whole discipline thing when the hammer comes down.
He will.
That's the good news.
He'll learn it quickly. If you have the right approach, I think that Rocco will pick it up quickly and get it and be like going, okay, I understand that to get what I want in life, I need to act so and so. There's a formula to it because his brain probably works like that. So when I follow this formula, I get the end result I want. When I plug in this formula, I don't get the result I want. You just have to find out what that formula is and stay true to it.
I don't think you have to be a monster. I don't think you have to be Scream. I think you can get your message. I mean, that kid likes sweets. Once you start taking away your supply.
Yeah, he's not getting any sweets until Saturday. He knows he's on restriction. No candy, cakes, cookies, soda, nothing. Nothing till
Okay.
Saturday.
I also don't want, give my opinion making Panda feel bad either.
No, I mean, it is what it is. Look, this is real. This
Yeah.
is life.
And
nobody needs to feel bad. I mean, we're trying to learn how to do
Yeah.
this because honestly, I don't know the answers to how to make Rocco not be an
each
asshole.
person's different. I don't think you can ever have a template that works for every single kid. You're always trying to readjust and figure out who they are, and as they're changing, that's the challenge of being a good parent. I mean, the bottom line is that you care enough to want to do the right things.
Yes.
And that's the big first step. There are some parents that they don't even care about that.
Well, you don't want to discipline him to be a dick. You want to discipline him because it's going to set boundaries so he's not an asshole when he goes
Right.
out in public. It's a necessary thing every human needs. We all need to understand boundaries.
So that's where you are. Got
And if you
any-
need Dr. Filthy to go in there,
whoop his ass in Texas. John said, Kevin, tell us more about your new hobby. As a responsible gun enthusiast and collector, I'm glad to hear that you speak out on the air about your newfound enjoyment of sport shooting. You help take away the stereotype that gun owners are scary individuals and let your listeners know that there are many sportsmen who safely participate in this enjoyable sport every day. I do have one big question for you that people need to know if you're actually cleaning any of the guns you use, or do you just hand them off to some gun caddy? Cleaning,
Oh, Kevin's got a gun caddy.
definitely got a caddy.
cleaning your guns after you shoot is very messy, time-consuming job. I'm sorry, but I just don't see the Kevin Ralston getting gunpowder and oil all over himself while breathing in that toxic degreasing solution the whole time.
Not with those pristine puppy belly hands. There's no way he's ever going to be cleaning guns.
You soft, Ralston?
Yeah, I am very soft. You're right about that. Yes, no, I have. The times I've gone, and I've really only arguably, I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up where I grew up. They shoot guns all the time. But, yeah, I think I've only been out once. I didn't make it recently when all my friends went back out to Okeechobee and did some sport shooting again. But, yeah, it was another guy that's a manly man kind of guy. And he would just hand me, he's like, here's an AR-15. I was like, oh. Kapow. Oh, that's enough. You take it back.
That's how I was when I went up.
That was fun. Here you go.
I'm trying to look like a man.
I was over the country for baseball, and they were, oh man, we gotta get Penny, gotta give him a gun. So they gave me a shotgun, and oh my, I was the same way. I shot him. Oh my gosh, I'm so fucking scared. Like, man, Penny, you're a pussy. You're a Palm Beach pussy.
Yeah, that's it. Now they grow up with it. Yeah, and the parts where I'm from, and I started early. I remember, I think I was probably 7 when I fired my first gun. It was like a Colt 45. I mean, it had a kick, about flipped me behind my back. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Did your dad have them back when you were a kid?
Not so much then, but my dad does now. My dad doesn't have a massive collection, but he's probably got upwards of 5 to 10 different guns.
But when you were growing up,
such.
Those weren't in the house.
No, we didn't have that. I think my dad maybe had a shotgun or two, a 12 and a 20 gauge for protection that he kept in the closet. I knew where it was, but yeah, I mean, where I was from, yeah, you pretty much never thought about it. First of all, we didn't have the kind of school shooting, so that was not even your mind in the wildest. But then it was a real serious thing. Like, you knew you didn't touch daddy's gun kind of stuff. Daddy had to be there. You had to be supervised, and you would get your ass massively kicked, unless you had that. So gun safety was a big thing that they did. And so, yeah, I'm a big advocate for it. My dad's huge into guns now. He's on his way down here right now, and he packs. He brings, but my dad's an attorney and everything's got to be by the book. So he's got him in a case and he checks them and they give him the gun case back.
But I think your dad likes checking them. He's like, yeah, I'm a gun owner. I'm checking them.
Oh, yeah. No, my dad goes out and he shoots like every week and practices, and he's in his church. He's in charge of the gun safety group. And I think every third person in the church, including all the women, pack guns. So they're like, it would be the worst church to ever try to come in and shoot up, because there would be 45 to 50 people that would whip out all kinds of guns on you pretty fast. Yeah. It would be, I mean, unless you brought 50 people in to shoot up our church, you're not going to outgun us. Yeah, so it is a country church, and probably 2 out of 3 are packing.
Wow.
So, yeah, that's it. It's gun country.
Look, if it goes down, I hope your dad's around.
He would want to be around.
Yeah, that's what was.
And I want to have him around, but
Sure.
He's ready for it. He watches the videos, he studies it, he knows all
He
about.
goes to target practice.
Yeah, but he even knows, like, if somebody comes in through this way, so they have all exits, this and that, and so
he's in it.
He's in it. His number one. He loves that kind of stuff. My dad just loves guns. And he cleans them and all that kind of stuff. And he pulls them out and he's like flipping around like, oh, Dad, don't shoot me. So, I mean, Dad's a gun. I'm scared, Dad.
I'm your quiver little girl.
It's so funny that the different things people are into. That's his.
He's always loved
That's
guns.
his Star Wars figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He loves them. He's good with them. He practices speed drawing and all that stuff. And yeah, you look at my dad, if you undressed him, there'd be 10 guns coming off of him. So, it's
a fun game.
It's a fun game. Yeah, guess how many guns Dad's got on today. So, yeah, I do love it. I am a gun advocate for the responsible use. And gun advocates they don't want criminals having guns. They don't want assholes having guns. To me, everyone that I've met that truly loves them, they love sane, rational people, responsible people having guns, using them for their own protection or just for sport and fun. So,
you hear that? That's the emails. I'm just kidding.
Probably, yeah. But you know what? Fuck it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Fuck it.
Let me see a couple other fun things that I saw here. This story I think we had last year, but it resurfaces this time every single year. Summer peen. Summer peen makes me feel nice. when it's riding down my thigh. Yeah, it's a male legend that your dick gets larger in the summer.
That's such a lie.
They've asked some urologists this year, and they gave their theories as to why this actually could be the case. Heat makes things expand, including your junk. You're more active in the summer, too, which gets your blood pumping, and that can make your junk a little larger.
Okay.
It is about blood flow, and when it's warm, the blood vessels in your body are more relaxed, and that extra blood flow can actually make your junk a little longer and fuller.
Wow.
So there actually may be a little something to summer peen.
Summer of dick instead of the summer of rig.
Mm-hmm. And they say the testes will hang lower, too, when it's hot out, so that can make everything down there look bigger.
Jay Bird just stood up. He's doing jumping jacks.
Yeah, so, there could be some, too. South Florida, I don't know if the effects would be as great, but, you
I
go
know.
to Minnesota, their wives are probably like, oh, my gosh, I'm afraid.
Oh, you're still my beating heart.
Yeah.
Or I love the summer.
It may be, yeah. Well, that's it. I just saw today in this poll, everything's so different. Flip, when you live in South Florida, like 4 out of 5 people feel like summer goes too fast. I feel like summer has been around for 6 months already. Like,
Yes.
I'm miserable. I'm like, I am counting the days till the second week of November. I can't wait. I'm over it already.
Well, it's just like fucking hot, rainy weather.
It's been like not even fair. It's been just completely rainy, muggy, overcast, nasty, swampy.
It's making
terrible.
woodpeckers peck. It's making frogs fuck. It's awful. There's
Yeah.
so much activity where I live. So much shit goes down.
Yeah. So it's just terrible stuff. Well, here's an interesting question posed by Jay Bird and Denny's. Thought-provoking here. If masturbation caused an hour of blindness each time you did it, how often would you do it?
I bet that would slow down everybody's process.
An hour of blindness?
Yeah, I guarantee people would only do it at nighttime.
I would never do it. I don't want to be blind for an hour.
But I feel like you don't do it that often, so you're kind of really not credible to speak on this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I defer to you, Mr.
I think some people would still do it, but it would cut down
Oh, big time.
greatly. And I think you'd only do it at night.
A massive amount. And even then, you're just like, huzzah. And then you're going, oh, my God, the house is on fire.
Fucking blind!
Somebody just break it in. Yeah, it's terrible.
That's the ultimate joke. If that was the case, and you really hated somebody, they're going, wait till, okay, he just came.
Huzzah! There's a fire!
What a joke. What a great joke. Oh, my God, Jaybird, the house is on fire. Get out.
You gotta only masturbate at hotels now. I think that's the only thing.
Hotels do catch on fire.
I know, but I mean, what are the odds?
They're pretty good. I was in a hotel one time, and they had a big fire drill.
Was it your fault?
No, it wasn't.
Had you been masturbating?
No, it was when I was young, and it was traumatic. We were in Lexington, Kentucky, and the fire drills were pulled, and we were just disoriented and didn't know what was going on. And my mom's like, ah. And she grabbed whatever she could from the room. We got outside, and my dad's like, okay, did you get all the valuables? And she's like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, do you have the wallet? No. Do you have the keys? No. I got my underwear. Dad's like, what are you going to do with your underwear? The fire came in. All she thought to grab were her drawers. All the things we needed are still in the room. Thank God it was just a false alarm. Probably some drunk pulled it. But
Someone in the chat room said they said, you know what? I do it before bed. Fuck it. Just go to bed. Go to sleep.
I know.
that's all good until the fire thing comes up.
Or the burglar breaks in.
But again, these are such a low. I mean, masturbation's almost a daily thing for most people.
That'd be when you would do it. But then you got to get to bed. Like, are you in the bed, and then you're like, you just throw the your semen rag over to the side.
You got to do a lot of prep work. You got to have a basket right next to your bed, so you can
Like an Easter basket?
just something you can
Just
throw.
keep in mind, as soon as you're like, oh, blank eyes, you're like,
I get that, but do some practice run. Just know your. Kind of like your dad with the gun, the back way and all that. Know where you're at.
Okay.
Know
then
your exit strategy.
Let's say you blow a load and you can't find it.
In an hour, you got some cleaning to do.
You're just like, you're checking your hair. Okay, where'd this thing go? And-
It's on the wall.
oh, my
What?
gosh.
An hour.
No
you have an
idea.
hour to wait.
Yeah, you don't even know. An hour later, you find it on the dog.
Chewy can't go. He's not allowed upstairs.
Chewy's used to it.
Shut the fuck up. Don't stop sexualizing my dog.
His pants come down, the dog puts on a poncho.
Oh, not again. We already did this today.
Stop talking about me coming on my dog.
It's better than coming in your dog.
Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Y'all bunch of dicks.
Sorry. We got summer peens.
Do you know I love that dog
Summer
so
peen.
We're
much?
bigger dicks in the
Makes
summer.
me feel nice. Chelsea said, hey, I got a question here about adult sleepovers. I'm a huge fan. Been listening for about 10 years now, and I'm having a bit of a mental battle with myself. I'm 26 years old, and I've been seeing someone my age, and I wanted your opinion on adult sleepovers. It seems as though when you're an adult and seeing somebody, if you go out or do something at night, you end up staying at one of your apartments. At least that's been the case for me. Is that normal?
Yes.
Or is it unhealthy to spend that much time with someone? If so, how do you try to just maybe go out and sleep at your own house? It seems simple, but it isn't. Am I the only one that's having this experience?
That is normal, I think, to crash at somebody's crib after a date.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to do that, before you go on the date, say that you have to wake up early the next morning and you're not going to be able to sleep over. Set the parameters ahead of the date, and then there's your out. You already told him ahead of time that you have to sleep at your place because you got to get up early and you want to be able to have all your makeup and shampoo.
When it comes to all that stuff, you set your own parameters with what's normal for you and your partner. I mean, it's going to be different for everybody. Some people are going to be like, you stayed over after a date? What the shit? Or, oh, you stayed over after a date? So did you blow up? Like, it's going to be different.
You do you. You don't owe anybody an explanation, but if you tell him ahead of time that you're not sleeping over because you got to get up early, that's totally reasonable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Totally reasonable. Yeah, so you're not alone. That is pretty standard. I got a question here from Cody. If you all got a boat today, what would you name it? Mine would be called Second Mortgage. Okay. If we all got a boat, what would you name it? I was looking at some of the more popular ones. You know, people were bragging about, haha, I got such a clever name. Do you like these? But if somebody suggested, here's what you should name it. Usain Boat.
Okay. It's clever.
Okay. How about Yeah Boy?
I've seen that one.
Okay. Or you got Beyonce.
Boy, I'd say, wow.
I like Bodylicious. That was one that we threw around.
Okay, so it has to have like a boat theme in it.
Well, it's just anything. I mean, you can name a boat anything you want. You know, it's just like, I found that to be very clever. Like somebody said, mine's called In a Meeting. So when somebody's like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm in a meeting. I am, see? I'm not lying. It's my boat name. Some of the other ones that were on the list of the most clever. Biatch.
Biatch.
Biatch and then ch at the end. Biatch.
Got it.
Okay. There is Sodally Tober. Drug Money.
I don't know about that one.
Unless it's true.
I mean, what are you doing?
Then
Are
you're
you
just a
looking to
real
get
dumb son of a bitch.
They'll pull you over.
Yeah, Coast Guard's like, fuck it. Zombies Can't Swim is another boat name.
That's cute.
That is kind of cute. And then Harambe McBoatface.
Okay.
There's, I guess, a real boat that they had people name it, and it was called, Boaty McBoatface. In fact, I think it was in the news today.
It
was a
was.
research ship, and it went out and did something.
I saw it on the news a few minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
Is this week, Boatfoot is real. Instead of big.
Oh.
I'm deleting it. You hear that's the sound of me deleting.
Virginia's could be never sober. Something along those lines. Because you want something that kind of like fits your personality.
Seaman's Delight.
Seaman's Delight. Ugh, gross.
I saw one that was called Wasted Seaman. It's like, ugh.
Wasted.
Who's getting on that boat? Like,
Wasted Seaman.
That's hilarious. But difficult to explain to the children.
So he said, huzzah.
That's pretty good.
I do like, yeah, okay.
That's good.
I think that's what we're talking about there. Let's see. Hola desde el centro de la Florida. Your show is the highlight of my day. I found you guys about 5 years ago, and I've been hooked to the show since then. I need my daily KVJ show fix for sure. I moved to Winter Garden 3 years ago from Boynton, and I now listen to the show on Podbean. My family knows whenever I'm laughing alone like a crazy person, it's because of you guys. Kevin, there is an amazing local brewery in Winter Garden. Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Because I've been through Winter Garden several times, and whenever I go, I'm like, oh, what the hell am I going to do in Winter Garden? Now I know.
Now you know.
Crooked Can is the name of it. See the link below. They have an excellent variety of beers and cool, laid-back atmosphere. I love that. Okay. Sigue practicando tu español. And also, Virginia, your family is so precious. I love hearing all about you and your children. Jason, you're a big kid at heart. I met you once at Rosalita's, and you're definitely taller than what I expected.
Fuck yeah. Put that in the fuck yeah category file section.
Keep doing what you're doing. Love you guys. Denny's too.
P.S. I'm only 4'3".
Bullshit. No, keep calling me short. Because when in person, people, they think I'm way taller than what I am, actually. The witch is helping me.
Dulce Maria Alvarado. Gracias.
That's very nice.
Very nice.
That is very nice. So there you go. Thank you for the emails. All right. That is going to do it for us here today. You guys enjoy whatever you get weather-wise.
5 more minutes.
5 more minutes.
You want to push it? More bad boat names?
Yes, I'm actually in. I want to improve.
Okay, we can work on that. We can bring that back on the show. Okay. Yeah. More bad boat names on the way.
I love it.
There was one thing. I know you're talking about wrapping the station wagon. You found the keys.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
yes.
right.
KVJ station wagon.
Yeah.
Which is good news.
I got an offer to wrap it up with a bunch of pizzas on it.
Oh, a pizza car?
Yes, but I don't know if my dad's going to like that. So do I ask for permission or just fucking do it?
You always ask for forgiveness, not permission.
So it's not going to be a KVJ car?
No, we can make a KVJ.
Okay.
That's just one idea.
Yeah.
That's
And does it look like pizza delivery at that point, Virginia?
That's fine.
It's gonna
Okay.
no, it's gonna be wrapped like a pizza, little
Okay.
pizzas all over.
I love it.
Bigfoot eating pizza?
But I'm with you though. That's just
Yeah.
an idea. I want to make a KVJ if we could.
Okay, so people get some ideas to us. What we might be able to do for the wrap. Some good sponsors maybe to pay for the wrap because it ain't cheap.
You're right.
Mail at kvjshow.com. MAIL at kvjshow.com. Y'all enjoy your day. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.